Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. We are back with our preview show, Ready, Set, Go, and it honestly feels like this is just one continuation of a single conversation, right? Every time I come on here, it is like we just pick up where we left off the last time, and I'm definitely pleased that you guys are able to join me for tonight's preview show. And I'm definitely excited about this one. We have some pretty cool things that we're going to get into over the course of this conversation. We're going to give away an awesome book. And then depending upon your preference, we may actually be giving away an even more spectacular book than the one that I'm actually going to give away on tonight's show. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned for all of that. And then I have a shout out that I'm going to do. Someone sent me a really wonderful gift, so I'm going to do a quick shout out for someone a little bit later in the show. And let me say hello to some folks here in the room. We may have a technical glitch with YouTube. Give me one sec here. We may have a problem. All right, so maybe you guys can see me. I definitely cannot see the chat. My window has not changed at all. So as long as you guys can see me, I guess that's okay. All right, so give a quick shout out to a few people here in the room. Oh, my refresh just killed everything. Give me one sec. Let me try to see if I can get that back, because I know there were a lot of people. Yeah, I can't even see who the first people were. I see Hack X is here. Rush is in the house. Is good to see you. Eric Press is here. Harvey is here. Bob is here. Chris is here. Who else do we have? Russ is in the house. It's good to see you. H-Town Comics is asking what's up. I am doing well. Wolf Mode 88 is here. Can't Get Enough is here. It's good to see you, brother. Iron Monkey Fist 74. Perry Comics is in the house. Connecting Comics is here. Party Time Comics is also here. So as I was kind of mentioning, someone was like, you can't mention your wife's name on air. I think it was Harvey. My wife is not the traditional woman, right? She is a fitness woman. She doesn't really even have a purse, right? She doesn't carry a purse. She doesn't really wear makeup. My wife is not the typical, and that works quite fine for me. And we have a fantastic relationship. So me telling her age, she would not care in the least about it. So she's definitely a good person. So we had an amazing weekend this weekend, and we just put the kids down. As you guys know, I am in charge of a couple of things: getting the milk, brushing, flossing teeth, and then cleaning up the mess when the kids go to bed. That's why I always get on about 7:30, because that's how long it takes me to do those things. But it is definitely, as I mentioned, good to see you guys. We're going to jump into this thing. We have some news to talk about. I'm going to give you guys a heads up on some of the videos that are going to be released from the channel this week. We're going to give away a book, and then I'm going to show you another book. And I'm telling you, this other book, again, depending upon your preferences, this other book is really cool. It is a really cool book. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned for that. And I'm also going to give a shout out to someone that hooked me up with something really cool. So if you guys are watching this and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button so that you can stay abreast of all the content that I release on a weekly basis. And also thanks in advance for you guys hitting that like button. I definitely appreciate that. I think there's like 20 of you that have given this video a thumbs up. So I definitely appreciate that, because it helps us to spread the word about what's happening here on the channel. So here's the big question. And this is also tied to the big news. What is going to happen with X-Men and Fantastic Four keys? And there are some of those keys on the wall behind me. But the question is, what is going to happen with those keys? Because there has been a run-up of those keys over like the last year or so. But last Wednesday, this Wednesday that just passed at, well, let me make sure I get this right, at 12:02, after 1 year of a lot of work and a lot of willing and dealing, the deal was officially done. Disney now owns Fox. Disney now owns Fox as of Wednesday 12:02 a.m. It is official. They are now the owners of 21st Century Fox. And it this now means that Disney now owns Deadpool, the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and they own these assets for the low price of $71.3 million. $71.3 million is basically that is a tremendous amount of money. Oh, you guys are talking about the trophy. So no, that is not a new trophy. This is actually an amateur trophy that I won in the NPC. It is I decided to dust this one out because I think it's actually one of the nicer trophies. I actually have two of them. This is from the Europa. I did the Europa in Connecticut, and this is one of the trophies. It is this thing is probably, I don't know, 35 pounds maybe. It's got a heavy marble base, but this was from Europa in Connecticut. Definitely a cool prize. But I've got a couple of those things. So I decided to bring that one up and kind of show you guys some of the other trophies besides just the sword. So for the low price, $71.3 million, Disney is now in charge of some amazing assets. And one of the big questions, again, is what is going to happen to these keys? Are the keys going to continue to go up in value? Are they going to stabilize? I really don't know the answer to that because there has been such a big run up with X-Men 1, with giant size X-Men, with to some degree or another X-Men 94, X-Men 101. A lot of these, certainly the FF 48 through 49, right? The Galactus trilogy. There has been tremendous run up with those books. And so the question, is it billion? Oh, I got it wrong. Sorry. My notes are incorrect. I apologize for that. I was working on this very late last night. Billion probably does sound a lot better than million. So thank you for correcting me with that, Ray, and maybe someone else. Yeah, Cuz Buzz. Thank you guys for correcting that. I definitely appreciate that. I'm laughing at Eric. He is hilarious. So yeah, I mean, it's a tremendous amount of money that has been spent to get these assets. And so, what this basically means is that Disney owns a ton of stuff, right? So they own, through this deal, the FX networks, which was huge. What was that back in like the early 2000s? I want to say FX network was pretty big. National Geographic partners. They already own Pixar and Star Wars, but now they also have, again, Deadpool, X-Men, FF, right? And through this purchase, one of the really curious things is that through this purchase, they just added another 30% ownership to Hulu. So they already had 30% of Hulu, and they now own a total of 60% controlling interest in Hulu. And we actually, my wife and I, we have Hulu, we have Netflix. And honestly, Hulu isn't all that great. I actually watch more Netflix than I do Hulu. But one of the questions that she and I were debating earlier today is what's going to happen with Hulu and the Disney Plus, I think it's Disney Plus streaming service, whether they're going to combine those things or whether they're going to dissolve one. It's just going to be interesting there. And her big complaint was that she doesn't have the ability to stream Disney programs, Disney cartoons and movies and things like that, unless we got the Disney streaming service or unless we went out and bought the DVDs or whatever. So she's not too pleased about that, but she's curious as to whether there is the possibility, now that they own 60% of Hulu, whether they're actually going to allow some of those Disney movies to actually show up on Hulu and improve the overall quality of what appears on Hulu. But to some degree or another, this deal, this 60% also allows Disney, I think, to compete a little bit better with Netflix and also Amazon Prime. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see what happens. Party Time Comics says Hulu X. It is a merger of Disney, Disney Plus, and Hulu. It is now Hulu X. So does Firebox? Does Firebox allow that? Do they have Disney movies on there? That's kind of cool if they do. One of the challenges that, you spend a little bit over here, you spend a little bit over there, you have to spend more over here. And it's like, it would be cool if there was just, a fewer streaming services that offered some better stuff. Yeah. Well, I have no clue. I probably paid a bill, but don't actually see it. Hack X. So I have no clue how much it costs, to be honest with you. But there are a couple of programs on there that my kids like. So you do what you got to do. But I'm curious, what do you guys think about the values of these keys? Do you think that they're going to go up? Do you think they're going to stabilize? And maybe you guys have already commented on that. The chat was going pretty quick there for a hot second. So Party Time says, I'm sure Marvel will use their name to make some money back plus more. Probably. So get the trial. Yeah, the trial of which? Of Disney Plus. Steve Rogers is in the house. How you doing, brother? So Chris X says he actually has Hulu through Spotify. Check that out. Jeff Comic 813 is in the house. It's definitely good to see you. Rush says they will go up every year. Yeah, I know, but they had a really big run up, man. I mean, you look at that Galactus trilogy. I mean, that thing has gone up tremendously. It is really crazy, you know? So I don't know. I just they are HackX is saying the same thing. Yeah, I mean, all of this stuff is really expensive. I think, you know, I'm very glad that I was able to pick the books up when I did. You know, I fear, like many other people, that the prices will just continue to rise and get a little out of control, you know. But again, I'm thankful because I do own a lot of these books, except for like X-Men 94, which is one that I still want to get. But it'll just be interesting to kind of see what happens. Ray is saying he believes that they will announce a Silver Surfer movie in the next year or two. When they do, 48 through 50 will go up even higher. Yeah, I mean, there are people that are speculating that we may actually see a X-Men mention or whatever at the end of Avengers Endgame, and I seriously doubt that. I don't think that we're going to see anything before 2021, maybe 2020 is my thought. But I think, to Ray's point, we could potentially see some teaser of some sort for something maybe related to Silver Surfer. It would be cool. It would be cool to see Silver Surfer in the MCU. I'm just not sure whether they're going to be able to do it that quick. I guess it depends on what they do and how they do it, you know? But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what this next phase looks like, how they are going to introduce all of these new characters that they have access to. It's going to be interesting to see how they weave it in. I mean, I have no doubt that it's going to be top notch, but it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to do it. Dre Von Doom, can you put some meat on that bone? He's saying Eternals, and I do have some thoughts around Eternals. One of the thoughts that I have is that because the Eternals were not the Eternals, but the Celestials basically created the Eternals. They created the Deviants. They created humans, if you will, through, you know, all the stuff that they were doing. That could be one way that they actually introduce mutants, right? Because this Eternals movie, which I think they've already started, they have a script and I think a director and all that other stuff, that is actually going to be set in the past. And so that could serve as a foundation for what actually happens with mutants in terms of the introduction of the X-Men. So they could, in fact, do it that way. And it would make a lot of sense. If you guys haven't read that Jack Kirby, Eternals run, you definitely want to check that out. And then they also did a little bit of a retcon in the recent Avengers. It might have been like Avengers 5 or 6 or something like that. They did a little bit of a retcon on Jack Kirby's work, but both of those works I think are really fantastic. So you guys definitely want to check that out. And I think Dre Von Doom is on the same page as me, that there definitely could be something that happens there. Chris is saying phase 4, I'm positive, will be a filler phase. It could be. They could be buying some time for themselves to get to the next phase. But even in the filler phase, it has to be epic though, right? Because they've had a 10-year run, right, of just fantastic movies. And I would struggle with them doing a true filler phase that is long and not necessarily epic, unless it's really, really brief. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's really, really brief. A couple of movies like phase 4 is just, you know, we are laying the foundation for phase 5. But Kevin Feige and these guys never fail to impress and amaze, right? By and large, right? Couple of failures, but by and large. So it's going to be really interesting to see what would happen. And I'm also fearful when they talk about Fantastic Four. A lot of people are rooting for Doom, and I'm not anti-Doom. I'm just thinking about how many movies have we seen the Silver Surfer and Doom with the FF. and I think that's part of the reason why people are like rooting for Kang and some other people to kind of step up. So it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. H-Town says he can't wait for the X-Men movies. Brother, same here. I cannot wait. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the new Wolverine, how they're going to cast this thing. And then here's the other thing. What are they going to do with the Dark Phoenix? Is that Fox? Yeah, I think that's Fox, right? What are they going to do with the Dark Phoenix? Is that movie ever going to see the light of day, or is that a movie that's just going to go straight to DVD or something like that? I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that movie. Here, Chris is saying he says it will be filler because they moved up in game a month, right? That's true. After they got the Fox catalog, they should have kept in game in May so they could have incorporated X-Men into the MCU. That's if they could do it that quick. You know what I'm saying? It looked Drayvon, dude, I'm going to allow that comment to be seen because that's funny. It's going to be Chris. That assumes that they have to some degree or another like cast characters, right? I mean, maybe not, because I mean they teased Samuel L. in one of the early movies, and they didn't even have a script or anything for him. So who knows? It's going to be interesting. New X-Men will be a reboot to the original 5. Could be. Also, do we know? Comics is asking if the New Mutants got canned. I don't know if that movie's ever going to see the light of day, to be honest with you. That movie didn't seem good from the beginning, right? And I mean, you hate to judge a movie by the trailer, but there was nothing about that movie that excited me, but I felt the same way about the most recent New Mutants reboot of the comic. I couldn't get into it. Connecting Comics says Gambit, please. That would be cool. But unlike the Dark Phoenix, a lot of people didn't like the trailer. The trailer didn't bother me. I have enjoyed, by and large, the X-Men movies that have come out. Apocalypse could have been done better, yes, but it's still fun, right? It's still fun. So we're going to see what's going to happen with all of these phases. We're going to see how they're going to roll this thing out. I am excited to see it, and there's a lot of people that are basically saying that this superhero movie run cannot continue indefinitely. A lot of people are saying that the ride is going to be over, that, people are going to be, that it's saturated and that it's over and done with. And I personally think that if they continue to put out amazing movies, that people will continue to go see them, right? And again, by and large, many of these movies have been really good. And I think that if they continue doing their thing, it could be fine. Come on, Reg, Dark Phoenix looks sad. It didn't bother me. I mean, I think that it was maybe a mistake to go to Dark Phoenix before going to Phoenix, right? Because part of what made Dark Phoenix interesting was Phoenix, right? So I think that they kind of jumped over the setup, and the setup could have been really, really epic, So I don't know. Squirrel Girl needs a movie. I disagree with that. An X-23 movie could be cool. An X-23 movie could be very interesting. I dig X-23 as a character. I dig it. So, and that could be your tide over a little bit for Wolverine potentially. Not that that's a great Wolverine, but she is savage, man. She really is savage. All right, so let's keep this thing moving forward. Again, we're going to see what's going to happen with this thing. So let me give you guys a quick heads up as to what is coming out from the channel this coming week. Because I am headed to WonderCon, we are only going to do one live stream this week. I'm not sure whether I'm leaving on Thursday night or Friday morning, but I don't want to schedule a live stream for Thursday only for me to have to cancel it. So we are only going to do one live stream, and that's actually going to be on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. This is a reschedule. This is a rescheduled live stream that was supposed to happen last week. We are going to jump on here, and we're going to have a conversation with the owner of IG Comic Store. He and I have been talking for a couple of weeks about working together, doing something really cool. And we're actually going to do what we're calling for right now, like top picks. And the goal is to try to identify a couple of books that maybe you guys haven't heard of or you guys haven't had a chance to read to say, look, this is a really cool cover and or this is a really cool story. You might want to check it out, read it on Marvel Unlimited or Comixology or go pick it up. But it should hopefully be a really cool story. And to some degree or another, it may or may not tie back to this conversation. You guys know I work in story arcs and everything kind of ties to one another. And so this conversation with Brent, the owner of IG Comic Store, is going down Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Hopefully you guys can join me for that conversation because I think that it's going to be fun. I really do. In addition to that live stream, we are going to have a haul video this week. One that I'm pretty excited about. It is a little bit of everything, right? It is a little bit of DC. It is Marvel. It is Valiant. It is a really fun haul. So you guys don't want to miss that one. I also have a video coming out. People have really enjoyed these hunting videos that I've been doing as of late. And so I have a hunting video that is actually coming out where I did it with my wife. In this video, she has actually not seen. She was like, please do not point your camera at me. So she has not seen in this one, but I was with my wife hunting for some comics. And then I'm also having a really cool video come out. And I originally wasn't going to do this video. Well, let me restate. I was going to do the video. Then I decided not to because so many people were releasing videos that were on the same topic. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. And then I think it was 3 people reached out independently of one another. It was like, hey, I'm going to a con. Do you have any tips? Or, hey, can you put together a tip video for cons? Or, hey, I haven't been to a con since I was like a kid. Are there anything I should think about? So I put together basically a con attendance tip video. And I reserve the right to modify these tips after I come back from WonderCon because I may have to rethink a couple of things, but it should be a fun video. I'm definitely excited about it. And then we will also be giving away another book at some point over the course of this week. So definitely stay tuned for that. Matt is saying he agrees that X-23 would be awesome. Yes, indeed it would. Russ is saying Russ likes the hunting videos. He says super positive and cool. Dude, I definitely enjoy those hunting videos. I really do. And to be honest with you, I never know what to expect because I'm so busy. Like Chris is saying here, I'm so busy going to these shops in many cases that I've never been to before. So anything I experience is like unexpected. You know, if I find a cool book, cool. If I didn't, I'm going to have a conversation that's also going to be fun for me, you know? So I'm definitely enjoying these things. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them as well. Robert Gavin comes in with the super chat. Thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate that. And you are very welcome. You are very welcome. So a couple of really cool videos coming out this week. So I definitely encourage you guys to stay tuned for all that stuff. And again, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you guys to do that. So let's do a couple of things. I want to give a quick shout out to somebody before we do the giveaway. And I promise to get to the giveaway very quickly. My buddy, Sully Two Kings, and there's the correct spelling of his name is actually in the description of this video. He is doing these really cool things on Instagram. And he is highlighting important comics and issues that feature Black characters. And he started it during Black History Month. And I think he received so much positive feedback from it that he's actually continued to do these wonderful posts. And I find them entertaining because he's actually pointed me in the direction of some big books and characters and titles that I've never heard of before, which I think is really cool. Like there was a Black Panther before there was a Black Panther. I did not know that. And so I'm definitely enjoying the content that this guy's putting out on Instagram. So if you guys get a chance, check him out. But he sent over to me some really cool stuff. The first of which, this Black Panther shirt here. And my boy was like, Daddy, who is that? Is that a T-Rex? Because there's some texture on here. And of course, he has the Black Panther claws. So my boy was like, is that a T-Rex? He's all about dinosaurs. And then he sent me this really cool shirt right here. This is an awesome shirt. And I got some video of my boy trying to identify the characters on here. I think he got like 3 of them before he was like, Daddy, who is this? He also sent over this really cool thing here, the World of Marvel. I am actually looking forward to this. This thing is like full of some really cool articles that I'm actually looking forward to reading. So if you guys haven't seen this, I definitely encourage you to check it out if you can find it. I have no clue. It costs 13 bucks. So maybe borrow a friend's, borrow a friend's copy, but there's some cool articles in there. And maybe one of the coolest things in there, he put a note in there, something about a blast from the past from the 90s. There was a Green Goblin Marvel card in there. So I definitely got a kick out of that. This is the 74th Marvel card of Green Goblin. I thought that that was really cool. You know, definitely brings back memories of picking these things up back in the day. So some cool stuff. So Sully Two Kings, correct name is Don Jones. Brother, I appreciate what you're doing on Instagram, and I appreciate you sending me this wonderful AOK. So thank you very much for that. All right, so let's do the giveaway. Tonight, we are going to be giving away this book right here, Venom 9.8. And after how people responded the last time, I decided to go out and buy another one of these to give away. We're also going to give away this exclusive variant from GoCollect. This is a Soulfire exclusive. I think it's limited to 500. This is a really cool book. And then the last thing is this cool t-shirt. And if you are indeed the winner, I'm going to need you to send me an email to my email address, regiecollects@gmail.com. I'm also going to need to know your mailing information and also your shirt size. I only have 2 sizes, large and extra large. That's all that I have right now. So if you do indeed win, make sure you send me your information. Tony Miles, it's good to see you, brother. So this was a very large number of people that entered this giveaway. There were 270 people that opted to get in on this one. So I can't remember if this is the largest one that we've done, but there was definitely a lot of interest in this book. So I think that's a really good thing. And that's part of the reason why I decided to give away a second one, because there was a lot of interest the first time around. So let's go ahead and roll our dice and figure out how many times we're going to have to roll this thing. That is 9. 6 and 3 is 9. So let's flip over. And then here is the list of all of the individuals. As a reminder, I put this list up early morning. This thing shuts down Sunday morning as soon as I wake up. I think today was around 7:20 when I woke up. And then I went ahead and posted the list of all the names probably 50 minutes after that. And these are all the names of all the people that are in the running. Can't get enough. I see you on there, brother. So these are all the folks that have H-Town Comics is in the room right now. Jay-Z, I believe, is in the room. Hack X is in the room. Russ is here. So these are all the folks that put their name in for this giveaway. And I just want to scroll through it just so you guys can see that all of that stuff is in there. All right, so we are going to randomize this list 9 times. And then we are going to figure out who our winner is. 270. Wow. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And the winner of this Venom Lethal Protector number 1 is Michael P. Michael P, you are the winner. As a reminder, Michael, I need you to send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com. That is REGIE collects at gmail.com. Send me all of your contact information along with your shirt size, whether it be a large or an extra large. So again, congratulations to Michael P. Michael P has actually been around for quite some time, part of the various chats. So I'm definitely excited to give it away to someone that has been a long-standing subscriber of the channel. And that's part of why we do this, to basically say thank you guys for participating, for watching all of the videos. So this is going to Michael P. Venom 9.8. This cool exclusive variant from GoCollect, and then a cool t-shirt. So Hack X says donate to Reggie so he can get his sketch. So let's talk about this. That you guys contributed, in my opinion, a significant amount of money during the last live chat. And it was in an attempt to help me get a sketch from Jim Lee. Subsequently to that live chat, During the live chat, we thought that it was, I think it was what, 250 and $500 were the two numbers that were thrown out, right? So I got online and I went to albertmoyes.com. I think that that is Jim Lee's agent. And it is not $250. It is not $500. To get a sketch from Jim Lee starts at $1,000. $1,000 is the starting price for a basic sketch. I don't know how big it measures, but the 4,000 option, which is the one up from the $1,000, the $4,000 option is 8 by 12. So my guess is that the 1,000 option is a fourth of the size of the 8 by 12 at $4,000. So Reggie is not getting a sketch. Reggie is not getting a sketch because that's a lot of money. And there are some other keys. Well, I love Jim Lee and I want to meet Jim Lee, and it would be awesome to get a Jim Lee sketch. When I think about the other things that I'm trying to do with my collection, those other things outweigh me getting a sketch from Jim Lee this go round. There are a couple of other things that I want to do with my collection, and hopefully down the road I will be able to do to get a sketch from Jim Lee, because I think that would be cool, and I may be able to still meet him and not get a sketch, maybe to shake his hand, say a quick hello, and keep it moving along. So maybe I'll do something like that. But yeah, so that sketch probably will not happen. So maybe next time, maybe in the future. So Can't Get Enough says, take a picture of Jim Lee. It'll last long. Oh man. So Brandon Stokely, I think that's how you say your name, comics. So what I'm going to be doing, bro, is that I'm actually really focused right now. I'm going to be kicking off a series, I think, called Road to AF15. Road to AF15. I am on a mission to get AF15, and I'm actually going to start this series hopefully sometime soon. I'm going to bundle some things up, and I'm actually going to start a project. And this project actually started like a year ago, where I started to pull together keys and books that could be slabbed and sold to enable me to get AF15. And I think that I'm ready to actually kick this off officially, right? With sending books specifically to CGC for the purpose of grading, for the purpose of selling, for the purpose of buying AF15. And I literally had someone offer me AF15 a couple of days ago, offered me AF15 at FMV. Literally offer them the book to me at FMV. And the timing's not right? Because I want to do this process the way that I've envisioned doing it. And that involves me taking these keys that I've pulled together through a lot of assistance of really kind people, and selling these books for the purpose of buying AF15. And I think it'll be a really cool series to see. I think it'll be a really cool series to see. It'll be a really cool series to do for me as a content creator. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to it. And my hope is that as I do these things, that I'll be able to work with the dealer that offered me that really awesome book, because it was a really nice looking book. The price was right, given that it was at FMV. But I need to do it the way that I've planned it out in my head. And so I see a couple of people kind of saying that that sounds like a good idea. Can't Get Enough says he's down for that series. Tina Cranston says, it says great. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make some magic happen. And it's like, if I have this opportunity, I don't want to dilute that opportunity by spending money on a Jim Lee sketch, because Jim Lee's going to be there. AF15 will be there, but it'll be more expensive than it is now. And I want it, and I've wanted it for a while. So that's what we're going to do. So Musher is asking if I'm planning to do my own auctions. I'm not really like an auction person, to be honest with you. I mean, part of my plan is when I get these books graded, I will probably raise awareness of them on Instagram and possibly via the channel. And I will try to sell them, to people that I know, right, if you will, versus like eBay. But the whole thing is to maximize the amount of money that can be raised. And sometimes when you do auctions, you want to cut people a break, and I need the cash to do this other thing. So we shall see. Collectible paper is saying the FMV might go up. Yeah, and that's a risk. That's definitely a risk. That's definitely a risk that it could definitely happen. But again, my hope is that this dealer will still offer it to me at FMV, whatever FMV happens to be. And the way that I've kind of planned this thing out, with the quality of books that I'm going to be sending in to get graded and the speed at which they should be graded, the FMV hopefully won't change all that dramatically because the time won't be all that long. But we shall see. You never know. Yeah, Rush is saying Phoebe. But again, Kingpin Comics, thank you for stopping by, brother. So again, I'm going to try to do it this way, but there are a lot of moving parts. As you guys know, a lot can change in a short period of time, especially in this hobby. So we shall see what happens. All right. So again, congratulations to Michael P for winning this awesome book. Michael, send me your email as soon as you can. We have shown the stuff that came in from my buddy Sully to King. So we've already done that shout out. So let me show you guys the book that's going to be given away. Marvel Tales 137 is a reprint of AF-15, much cheaper. Indeed, it is much cheaper. Stephen Oates, how you doing? Felix is in the house. NC Slapjacks is good to see you. Good night to you all. I know it's late on some parts of the country here for you guys. So 13% total, not terrible. Yeah. All right. So let me show you guys. Wait a minute, what does it say? Once those ASM 300 get graded, let me know. So Marvel Joe, I will, bro, because you know that's what's going in. I may actually have to film the session, the series start tonight, to be honest with you, because I plan to send those Amazing Spider-Man 300s in. I want to send those in and a couple of other really cool books. So Ariel, hey, thank you very much. So Ariel was, I think I said that correct, was the latest person that actually signed up for her CGC, I think it's her membership through my affiliate link. And I definitely want to say thank you for that. I think as of today or yesterday, 25 people have actually used the link. So I definitely appreciate you you doing that. So thank you very much. Do I have X-Men 49? I can't remember. Let me look real quick. I know I have 50 on the wall back there, but I can't think about 49. Do I press? I do not press. I do not press. I do not have 49. I do not have that one. No, I don't press. How much do I bench press? So I have right now 3, 4. I have 4 ASM 300s. There is one on the wall back there that is triple signed, and then I have 3 more that I'm going to be sending in that'll be going up. So Hack X, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? How long ago did you sign up? Send them an email. Tell them you want to put your name under my account. They will move it. They've done it for several other people in the past that have forgotten to use the link, but partly joined because of some of the stuff that I talk about on here. Perhaps Nerdy Girl will do time payments. Yeah, I don't really want to do time payments. I want to do like lump sum. But Nerdy Girl and I have been talking behind the scenes about AF-15. So she is definitely a resource for me. She's definitely a resource for me. So she's actually going to be on the show probably in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. So who's a Batman fan? Are there any Batman fans still watching this thing? Trying to build cash for X-Men 1. Oof. Matt, get it, brother. X-Men 1. She's back there. She is party. She is party back there. Any Batman fans here? By a show of hands. We have 1. If you need a rough copy, X-Men 49, I can offer you if you buy it from you. Yeah, send me a message, Chris. Let's talk about it. Okay, all right. So a couple of Batman fans, couple. Okay, all right, cool. So any Jock fans and Scott Snyder, Jock fans, Snyder fans. So here, let's do something real quick. Regie. Regie. That is the correct spelling. Regie. There were people that wanted me to disqualify people this time because of the spelling of my name. Jock, and can anyone guess? I think someone just did guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I hopefully you guys like this book. I'm hoping. There we go. Regie. That no two G's. No two G's. It hasn't been two G's since I was like 10 and decided I was no longer going to go by two G's. No, you can't get enough, but many other people said disqualified because of the two G's. All right, so here's the next book. This is the next book that is going to be offered up thanks to GoCollect, who is the sponsor of the Ready Set Preview Show. They are the ones that enable me to give away these slab books every single week, the t-shirts and all the other stuff. This is because of GoCollect. And so huge shout out to them for putting me in the position to actually pick this thing up. Russ says he bought his 2 weeks ago. So what we're going to be giving away this week is Detective Comics 880. This is the Virgin cover. This is the Virgin cover. This is signature series. This is yellow label stuff. This is signed by Jacques and Scott Snyder on 10/9/18. This is a really, really nice book. Clearly 9.8 white pages. This is a really nice book. There is something, I think there is something when they signed the book, they may have gotten something right here in the middle. It's not, I don't think that it's on the slab. It might be like the white paint on the book because they signed here, if you can see that, and they signed here. But this is a really, really nice book. Very cool. So this is going to be given away this week. So if you are a Batman fan, a Jock fan, Scott Snyder fan, you definitely want to stay tuned to the videos that are going to be coming out this week, because this is the book that's going to be given away. I'll show you guys the backside of this thing. This is a really nice book. This is a custom variant, rated teen, Detective Comics 880. Really, really nice book. So the way that you win this book is that you have to be a resident of the United States, resident of Canada, or have an address in the US that I can actually send this book to. All you have to do is to watch the videos that come out this week, find the video in which I say, hey, do you want to win this book? If so, do this. And then all you have to do is do that thing. You are automatically entered into the drawing that will close on Sunday morning, and then show up for the drawing at 7:30 on Sunday night. This same time next week, I will be giving that way a book away to one lucky subscriber. So you have to be a resident of the US or Canada, have an address in the US where I can send the book to, be a subscriber of the channel, watch the video, and then follow the directions. It is super simple. And again, this whole thing, somebody said last week that I made this giveaway really simple, and it's because I don't want it to be complicated. I want you guys to have fun. I want people to watch the videos. I want people to enjoy the videos. And then I also want people to walk away with some really cool stuff. And so does GoCollect, which is why they are sponsoring what we're doing here on Ready, Set, Go. So again, hopefully you guys will participate. Chris says, so Tech 1000 this week? I don't know, brother. Dirt between both protecting plastic. Yeah, you guys are hilarious. So this is a really cool book. I saw it and wanted to pick it up. And then one thing I'll ask you guys to do. So here, Daniel R is asking a question if I can do international. So my challenge is, what happens if I send the book internationally and it gets damaged? That's my fear. My fear is sending the book outside and having the book be damaged. That's my challenge, you know. So I'm actually potentially going to get some experience up soon coming up with a guy in Italy has reached out to me to ask me for some Spider-Man books, and I've never shipped internationally, but I'm thinking about doing it to help this collector out. And so I may get some experience with that. But part of it is I'm really fearful of saying, hey, you won this free book. Now you have to pay for shipping. You know, and now I'm going to ship it to you, and there's a chance that the book could get damaged. It's just, it's risky to me. But what I would say, or it never makes it through customs is what Russ is saying. So it's just, it's fearful. I have a little bit of fear with that, you know? So bear with me if I do get some experience with shipping this book, these stack of books this guy may buy from me to Italy. It may give me a little confidence to ship internationally. So hopefully you guys can bear with me on that one. So there you go. So that's a cool book that's going to be given away. What else? What else? Regie uses stamps.com. They middleman it. Again, that would have to be something that I have to look into because I've never actually done it. And I'm a big fan of FedEx for most things. And if not FedEx and I use United States Postal Service, I always send it priority because I like things to get there super quick. So, I think that's pretty much it. We have some really cool content that's coming out this week. We're going to be giving away a really cool book. So I definitely want you guys to stay tuned for that. And then if you are at WonderCon, I am only going to be at WonderCon on Friday. I'm either flying in Thursday night or Friday morning. I'm only going to be there for one day because my wife's birthday is coming up. So I want to be home for that. And also because I don't want to miss the weekend spending a little bit of time with my kids. So Daniel, thank you for understanding that. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you guys for spending a little time with me. I want to thank you guys for all of the comments and thumbs up and all that stuff you guys have been doing on the various videos. As you guys know, I read every single comment and typically comment on every single comment, because if you take the time to watch my videos and to make a comment, then I want to take the time to respond to you. And so, this for me is a lot of fun, just interacting with you guys. And I definitely enjoy it. And I want to, thank you guys for spending a little time with me every day, basically. So with that, if you guys need to reach me, feel free to do so at RegieCollects at gmail.com and also Regie Collects on Instagram. I am always around. And like I said, if you are at WonderCon and you see me, don't hesitate to stop me so that we can have a quick conversation or a long conversation. Who the heck knows what's going to happen at WonderCon, but I'm definitely looking forward to being there and interacting with you guys if you are there. Take care.